giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Check, check. Good morning, good people. Win, lose, or draw, we're here for it all. This A to Z Sports Morning Show, Skywalker Show, and of course, I am your host, Will Skywalker. Still, we don't deserve a bomb. We don't deserve a bomb. You know what we deserve? Can y'all hear this? Not yet. We'll play that in a little bit. I don't got a big speech. I don't. The Dallas Cowboys get walked in Cali. Walked, ladies and gentlemen. They got their asses kicked from start to finish. There was a small slither of hope, completely wiped out. But nonetheless, we got initial reactions. Why is that loud? We got initial reactions from last night's whooping. Here's the button I was looking for. This is what happened.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray,
Run them up.
This is what he does.
From the word go. This is what it looked like. What it looked like out there with the Cowboys, man. Look, y'all. I understand losing to this team. Sure. It's the best team in football. But losing that way, can't do it. Won't do it. Losing in the manner that you lost is unacceptable. Playing the way you played, coaching the way you coach is unacceptable. And you managed to come away from this loss, Cowboys Nation, a regular season game, by the way, with more questions than you did coming out of the loss in the playoffs. More questions about your head coach, because what the hell kind of game plan was that? More questions about your defense, specifically your coordinator, because what the hell was that? More questions about your quarterback, Dak, because you clearly can't beat this team, bro, and you just keep getting worse against it. I mean, it's clear as day. These guys are anybody's kryptonite in that locker room. And do I expect them to bounce back? Sure. Man, they'll bounce back. They've beaten just about every other team. They've done that, right? This head coach, this coordinator, this quarterback, they've done that. But my problem is you're going to have to see this team again, Cowboys Nation. And I have zero confidence that you will be able to get the victory. And you have to go to Cali. You're not having a game at the crib, but it doesn't matter. You played them at the crib and you lost anyway. But this is the team you just can't get over the hump with for whatever reason. And yesterday, like I said, you managed to come out that game with more questions. Losing a tightly contested game, no need to hold your head down. Losing like that, they've managed to do one thing I didn't think was possible in a Week 5 loss, and that's for me to question everything. Now, it's a bit of an overreaction Monday, but hey, I think it's deserving of an overreaction. But let's listen to McCarthy before we get into the roundup. Here's the first word.
It should start with me. I didn't do a good job tonight, so I wish we'd have gotten balance, earlier in the game. That did not happen. You don't convert third downs. So, but you come out at halftime, put the drive together, and then then obviously, a lot of things went wrong after that. So, but it's clearly just shows where we are as a team. We're 3-2. Our consistency. Even when we played really well and did some things, when you look at the 3 games that were won by, a big margin, and then the Arizona game where, the pre-snap penalties and, that showed up again tonight. So just clearly on it, and just, we got work to do. We got a lot of work to do, and we got a game in 8 days. So we'll spend Wednesday. We'll spend a lot of time on this one. and then we'll move on to the Chargers. I don't foresee a whole lot of winning grades coming out of this performance. So I think the most important thing for all of us and expressed is just be accountable. Be accountable for, what you did tonight and how you played, and we got to clean our own house up. I mean, we got a couple of things going on here. The pre-snap penalties again in the first half. I mean, you can't win like that. You got to take care of the football. We've been doing a good job taking care of the ball. Didn't do that tonight. So, those are the basics that I'm talking about.
Got to clean your own house up. Hell yeah, you do. Got a whole lot to clean up there, Cowboys Nation. Whole lot to clean up there. Now, unfortunately, the roundup is not going to be great either because the Cowboys came out of this game banged up big time. And I'm just going to jump straight into the roundup. Oh, by the way, because this is a venting day, call into the show. We'll get a handful of calls in here as we're not going to have a family meeting. Not today. I wanted to. Just didn't have the graphic put together because I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about it all anyway. 351-999-3787. Call in. Let's vent. Let's talk about this thing. And I'm just going to jump straight into the roundup, Cowboys Nation, which, again, it's not a fun one, man. It's not a fun one. The Cowboys not only lost that game in embarrassing fashion, but they leave San Francisco hobbled. I'm not going to speculate, but I will say it doesn't seem like it looks good for LVE. Now, look, I have my issues with LVE, but I'm no fool. We don't have depth at the linebacker position to be dealing with injuries at that spot, whether it's LVE or not. And he went down, I believe, in the second half of that game with a neck injury. Got pushed in the back by was Trent Williams and ran into Micah, and it didn't look good. And we know LVE has neck situations, and we'll talk to the doc later. In fact, I got a 10 o'clock doc talk, and I'm going to talk about this. I want to know more if we find out more. So right now, all we have is he went back for x-rays, and we don't know anything else. He was ruled out, obviously, the rest of the way. Hoping for the best for LVE. We just don't have the depth to suffer this kind of injury. Donovan Wilson also left the game in the fourth quarter with an injury to his right leg / foot. I know he had a calf situation coming into this game or coming into the season. I don't know if that was the same leg or not, but he left. CJ Goodwin suffered a shoulder injury, and he didn't return to the game. That's our special teams captain / ace, and he got banged up with the shoulder. Jordan Lewis left with an ankle injury, but he returned. Deron Bland, he left, but he returned. I think it was Trent that called it a body bag game, and it felt like that from our side. I don't know about their side, but from our side, it felt like that. It was a lot of big hits. It was a physical game, and once again, you couldn't match their physicality, and you really had, I hate to say this, but you had no answers. You had no answers for them. Now, the second game out of 3, defensively, I'm talking about here. Offensively, we just don't have. Look, bro, we have no answers against this defense. One player, though. One player who left the game, and look, it was hard for me to find one, a Cowboys custom player of the week, but the one player who left that game is my Cowboys custom player of the week, and that is one Cavante Turpin, ladies and gentlemen. Turp left the game in the second quarter. He suffered an ankle injury after a kickoff return, and he never returned to the game. Prior to that, he caught the lone touchdown pass from Dak for 26 yards to bring the score to 14-7 with about 7:45 left in the second quarter. Still a ball game. I mean, huge play at the moment. You maybe felt like, okay, tide's turning. Let's go. What happens right after that? San Fran proceeds to just march right down the field and score another touchdown. With your help, by the way, more undisciplined ball on the defensive side of the ball, penalties and whatnot. But it really was Turpin's touchdown, the only good thing that happened on the Cowboys side of the ball. And it was in a play where I thought we should have saw more of. Pre-snap motion that kept Turpin on the move after the snap and allowed him to use his speed against Oliver, who for somehow reason. He played a good game against CeeDee Lamb. But the speed aspect is something that we talked about coming into this game that the Cowboys needed to utilize. And okay, I get it. Turpin goes down. All right, he's out. Cool. Still could have used Brandon Cooks in that situation, I think. I still think you could have did something. Again, we'll get the film later today, but I still think you could have did some things with your speed guys that, threaten all of the field and not just nines or seams, right? Weird to say this, but it felt like Turpin losing Turpin impact this? Like, I get it. The defense was horrendous anyway, but just offensively, your offense wasn't good either. It was terrible, especially in the second half. So it was disappointing not to see the motion. It felt like the motion just went by the wayside, and we'll take a look at it today to see how true that is. But Turpin had packages, man. Turpin had packages that would stop your offense from being stagnant. Getting some horizontal things going, some jet sweeps, again, could have did that stuff with Cooks, but you got to give it to Turp. He didn't get a chance to continue on in the second half, but his one reception for a tutty brought this game into a game in the second quarter. So that's why he's my Cowboys custom Cowboy of the week. Cowboys Custom can give you a vehicle to lift it needs. They not only do custom suspensions, but also customize your wheels and tires. They're a family-owned and operated business, and it's the place to go for all your accessory needs. So stop by any of the 4 locations: Cowboys Customs, Cowboys Auto, which is located in Arlington, both of those, and North Richland Hills, and Cowboys Wheels and Tires located in Irving, and get a free leveling kit with the purchase of wheels and tires. Or you can give them a call at 817-633-4611. If you mention Skywalker, you will get 10% off your entire order. That is my Cowboy of the Week, presented by Cowboys Custom, and it's Cavante Turpin. Wasn't a whole lot to like about this game. Obviously, way more to dislike about this game, but I felt like I had to give Cavante Turpin his nod. I thought about possibly Jordan Lewis because he forced that fumble at the goal line, but he also got beat with that play by the tight end. And it's so crazy. Me and Jesse talked about this in the post-game show. And they talked about this on the broadcast. They said, hey, look, all the way to the beginning of the game, Kyle Shanahan is working on his playbook. And they ran a play that Sam Laporta and the Detroit Lions ran hours earlier. I'm not sure how true this is. I didn't listen to any interviews or anything like that, but apparently he reached out to Sam. Sam told him about the play. They decided to run it, or they decided to practice it the day of, and they ran it in the second quarter to go up 21-14. I think it was 21-14. And that was pretty much it. I think the dagger actually was 28-10. Cowboys come out in the second half. They go down, drive, get a field goal, which I hate the conservativeness of that situation. It's third and like 5 or 3 or 4. It was third and short. And you decide to run the ball. Okay, look, if you're going to run the ball, you're on a 30-something yard line or whatever it was, a 50-yard field goal, so whatever that would equate to. You're on their side of the field. You cannot stop them right now. Like, you need to score a touchdown to give some type of momentum. And you hand the ball off, get like a yard maybe. So now it's still 4th and short. You go out and kick a field goal. All right. I mean, okay, you still need to score twice now, right? So we kick the field goal. They come down and score 28-10. I thought that was the dagger, but you had a chance to make it 21-17, and I think the game is different right there. You gotta be a bit more aggressive when you're playing against an offense who you just had no answers for. And I know for a fact there was frustration in that locker room. And I'll leave it at this, and then we'll talk to y'all on the phones for a little bit. There was frustrations on both sides of the ball. Obviously, there was frustrations with CeeDee Lamb, who, again, we talked about this in the postgame show. He's clearly not happy with the offense, clearly not happy with his involvement with him and Dak. I don't think 4 catches or whatever, but I think he's looking to get in the range of 7 to 8 to 9, 10 receptions a game. And honestly, in a game like this, I said this to somebody on Twitter, you need to lean on your big guys. You need to lean on the Lambs and the TPs of the world and whatnot, because they got guys. Use your dudes too. But there's clearly something wrong there. I think it was leading up to this game. CeeDee Lamb brought up they asked him about his contract, and Lamb was like, "Hey, you know, I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to y'all. I'm this. I'm that." He wants to rock. All receivers do. Do I like the flailing? I don't. I don't like it. I get the frustration, but there's got to be better ways to express it. Hell, I don't care if you got to go to the sideline and talk to Dak and get in his ear, whatever. But the whole flailing around, giving up on plays and things like that, we can't have that. And even if I understand the frustration, but there's frustration on the other side too. There's frustration on the other side with the guy that we love, right? In Q. Again, we'll look at the film, but he had no answers, and he refused to move off of this soft, like we weren't us in that game in regards to scheme. And I get it, man. You look, you're almost damned if you do, damned if you don't against this type of offense. But you played your best ball against them when you played your ball. Felt like the Cowboys got way too conservative in this game defensively, and Brock Purdy just was bing, 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 nothing. I mean, no pressure, guys running wide open. It was just too damn easy. And then when you make it easy and you play that soft, what did the Niners do? Oh, we'll just toss it. We'll just get the convoy out there. Shouts out to what's his name? Jordan Mason. That was your guy today. I mean, yesterday. It wasn't Christian McCaffrey. It was Jordan Mason running hard as hell against the Cowboys and making them feel that power. And Shanahan just finds guys, man. Elijah Mitchell was out, no problem. Jordan Mason comes in and he's their bell cow guy. Just all around domination, man. An embarrassing loss and questions. Like I said at the start of this thing, you're gonna have questions with Dak. You're gonna have questions with McCarthy, and you should have questions with Dan Quinn and his defense, because this is 2 games now where a team that has solid skill players and a solid scheme. I say solid because I'm talking about the Cardinals. The Cardinals have solid skill players and a solid scheme, pretty decent, I should say actually. The Niners have elite skill players and an elite scheme, and you had no answers. Will they bounce back next week? I feel like they will. I mean, will they bounce back throughout the year? Sure, whatever. There'll be other tests too, but a lot of these Dolphins, Chargers, Bills, that's AFC. That's AFC. You're going to have to see this team if you want to get to where you want to get to. Yeah, we got the Lions and the Eagles on the schedule too in Seattle. Don't get me wrong. Those are big games too. But you knew damn well you're going to run into this team if you want to get to where you want to get to. And that was the showing you had. There's no reasons. There's no excuses. You play like shit. That just is what it is, man. So they got to figure this out and bounce back next week to put this stank behind them. But that's for another day. We'll get into breaking down that later. Today is about venting. And I'm going to let a handful of y'all vent here, man. So here we go. Let me get out of here. Let me get to Jake the Great, man. Come on. You're our first venter, dog. Give it to me.
Woo, Skywalker, what's happening? Good morning.
My
Good
bad,
morning.
y'all. This ain't Coach Prime. Let me get him up out. Where we at here?
Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good?
Here we go. Yeah, I got you. I had Coach Prime's. I had his picture up there, but you're good to go. Go ahead, Jake the Great. What you got, man?
Yeah, man. Boy, listen, man. The 49ers big broed us for real, bro. Man, they whooped our tail so bad. They took Mike McCarthy
3 times
and put him on the left knee. They took Dak and put on the right knee, and they spanked us like a bad child, bro. Listen, I am truly humbled this morning. The Super Bowl would not come out my mouth no more. And that Kool-Aid that I drank in the beginning of the season, I just found out it was made with Splenda, artificial sugar. Splenda in the Kool-Aid.
So you basically
spit it out.
You're basically saying you've been had.
Oof. I've been had.
Yeah.
I've been hoodwinked. All of the above. But, man, the 49ers are a real good team.
Best team in the league.
We was thinking that we was close to them, no, we're not.
No, we're not in their league, bro.
Physical. Nah. We're not in that league. And not only that, I'm truly humbled. Be honest with you, that defense that played the 49ers, if we go out there and play the Philadelphia Eagles, they're going to beat our ass just like the 49ers did because the Eagles are a good team. We are far, far away from them. And matter of fact, we might be the 4th team in the NFC because we play Detroit. Detroit going to give us the business. But I can beat up the Cowboys all day, but, man, Dak Prescott did something that really bothered me. Like, you
Besides
were
his play.
indecisive.
What was that?
Besides his play, you were so indecisive. You had a chance to run and get the first down, but you thought about it, and you let Greenlaw sack you.
Shit, he wasn't running away from Greenlaw. Dak Prescott got sand in his feet, bro. That's not his game no more. He ain't running away from no Greenlaw.
Like, I can't believe somebody just lost speed, bro. I think Tony Romo can beat Dak and running right now the way he was moving. But man, it's bad. But Mike McCarthy, you look like the second coming of Kellen Moore out there, bro. Like, I am truly humbled. I can't even take back. I gotta take back some of the stuff I said about Kellen Moore. But most importantly, before I go, we all owe Twin Maker an apology. Not me, because I was quiet. Because I'm like, man, the Twin Maker, that's Law brother. Because he be going hard for the 49ers. The nation know him. Y'all was going hard on the Twin Maker. Nah, they know. Y'all want to make an apology. Man, listen, humble pie is served nice and cold this morning. That's Jake the Great. That's all I got. Cowboy Nation, have a great day.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about no Twin Maker, but I guess. JR, what's up, man?
Man, Mike McCarthy, Scott Schottenheimer.
When JR ain't got no energy,
man, they all owe Jerry Jones they check back. All of them need to give Jerry Jones they check back right. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday come, when they hit the account, they just need to write that check. Here you go, Jerry, I'm sorry. Because that's what they did. That's what they did. They went out there and they stole money out of Jerry Jones' pocket. That's what they did. That's what they did. You know, I'm going in the prime. Hold on. I can't help. That's what the darn did.
He can't help.
God darn, that's what they did. I can't help. How you doing, Scott? I couldn't. I was trying. I couldn't. God darn. You know. See, I'm wondering as a coach, when you got time on the clock and you let the clock run out at halftime and you just walk it on, that told me all I need to know. That's all y'all need to know. He gave up. He didn't believe in his own scheme that he worked all darn week to put out there. So if you a player and you see your coach going and just pack it on in, how you gonna believe to go out there and make a darn play when you see your coach don't even believe in what he done told you to do? All the game is lost. You see, now, and I'm so happy for San Francisco because the media national attention that Cowboys get. Oh, it's gonna be bad now. It's gonna be bad.
You just gotta take that, bro. Like, hey, look. That's one thing. And if you want to take that abuse that's about to happen to you this week, that's on you. But you just gotta take it. You gotta understand what national media is going to say. You gotta understand what your own fans are going to say, and rightfully so. You went out there and played like ass, and you deserve the criticism.
Yeah, you got your butt kicked. Some dogs came out there on their field barking, and you got your darn butt kicked. They came out there barking, and you put the tail between your legs, and you went on back to the side.
Yeah.
Look, okay, I'm going to tell him like this. He got a right to be upset.
Sure.
He has a right to be upset because he knows what he can do, and he know he in a contract here. He's got that dog in him, baby. But when you keep your dog locked up, he can't walk, okay? And it's going to take all three of them. One, it's going to take Mike McCarthy. It's going to take McCarthy. He going to have to come up with a scheme to get his dog walking, baby. It's going to take Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer's going to have to come up with some different looks to get his dog open. And it's going to take the other receivers to do the darn job so that they can get CeeDee Lamb out of jail. CeeDee Lamb's still locked up right now. He ain't feeling good because he's locked up. Okay? When you sitting there locked up and you got them handcuffs on you, you know you ready to go to work and you can't go to work. Well, you're in a bad mood. It don't feel good. It don't feel good. You see what I'm saying? God darn, they gotta step up for their dog if they say they love the dog. You can't look across me from the locker room and say, I love you, I'm here for you, I'm riding for you. And when I need you to go out there and make a play and beat your man so that I can go and eat, you over here playing pitty patter with him on the field. God darn, do your darn job, baby. Come on. Now, they're gonna have to look in the mirror. They're gonna have to look in the goddamn mirror, Scott. They're gonna have to look in the mirror. And they're gonna have to hear all they know, and they need to hear it. They need to hear all that criticism. They need to hear all the backlash. You want your podcast. Right. You over here doing yoga commercials. You over here trying to get shoe deals and all. They need to hear all that because you're trying to be a superstar before you done took off a rocket. You see what I'm saying? You can't be no superstar in the sky and you ain't took off to be no off the rocket yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, Scott. I'm just saying. That's
okay, you can go ahead. I will say this: okay.
I'm listening.
Yeah, if they do hear it, I don't want to hear any rebuttals of you being hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be on the social medias, if you're gonna be watching the shows and you hear all this stuff about you being said, I don't want to hear the rebuttals, man. Like you just got to take it, flat out. You just got to take it.
That's it, Scott. That's it. I'm gonna end on this, Scott. That got one more year.
No,
he got one more year.
No. He got 4 more months.
Because you know I ain't letting my dog hit the draft yet.
They got 4 more months.
I ain't letting my dog hit the draft yet. He got 1 more year. Because when my dog hit the draft,
you talking about?
He on the clock, baby.
I got you.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
About your son.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about. All right, he got 1 more year. Dak, you better get it right, baby.
No, yes.
Because he coming.
Yeah,
and he ain't hard to find.
Your son got 1 more year. No. Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah. All right, baby.
Let me say this. Yeah, all right. Your son got 1 more year, but Dak ain't got no 1 more year. I think he got 4 more months. I forget who asked me the question is, what if he doesn't get it done? I said, there's going to be conversations in there. Point blank, period. Now, obviously, the season's not over in October 9th, but like I said, this is the team you're measured against. This is the team you're going to have to go through. If I had to put money on anything, barring any catastrophic injuries, that team will be in the NFC Championship game. 100%. The 49ers are playing the NFC Championship game. And if you want to get to where you need to get to, whether it be the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, you got to go through that team. So, yeah, this wasn't a good showing. This is not going to give anybody any confidence moving forward from him, from McCarthy, right now for me, or the defense, given how they played. So, they're look, man, a terrible game. Absolutely terrible game. They're going to have to go on a run here, man, to get this taste out your mouth. They got to go on a run. And I don't mean just a run over the next 3-4 weeks. I mean, this thing needs to get cleaned up, and they've got to play dominant against better teams. Point blank, period. What a weird start to the season. 3 blowouts, you get blown out, play like crap, and it's just a weird start. And I don't like using the word weird this early, but it's a weird start. All right, a couple more. Marco, what's good, Marco?
What up, Sky, brother? How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm here. You know, win, lose, or draw, we here for it all. So.
Oh, yeah. Just in personal, how you doing? You know, in your personal stuff. You know, not the Cowboys. Bless, brother, bless. Sky. But
I appreciate that, big dog.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Sky, you remember I called you earlier this year, and I told you that number 4 is that guy that that's not the piece for us. And I remember the Cowboy fans in the comments, they were saying, if you don't believe in Ford, Trey Lance, it's a reason why my Cowboys traded for Trey Lance. They getting up off of that. We can do bad all by ourselves. We can do bad with a backup quarterback. We can lose. This dude he don't see the field, bro. I'm telling you, man.
We're going to find out.
I mean, he got it. I'm just telling you, man. I feel like for my Cowboys to do better, we got to do like the 49ers. Draft, move on. Draft, move on. We got to keep moving on, man. He's not the guy. And I hate that little glassy eye.
I can't say nothing about you. I can't say nothing to you about it. Not after last night.
Hey, Scott, I hate that glassy eye look when he looking up in the camera like he don't know he wearing number 4. And say Prescott on the back of your jersey. When you looking up on that big old TV, it still say 4 on the jersey. You would have got it through the interception. And I
don't care about that. Let me tell you why I don't care about that. Because I watched Philly a few times this year, and Jalen Hurts has the same look. He just sits there, even killed, staring into the gaze, but he goes out there and he performs. That's all I care about. Go out there and perform against better teams, and you didn't do it yesterday.
Hey, Scott, I got another question for you. This starting to resemble a little bit of that Dez Bryant and that Mark Cooper action. No, I'm saying not that bad, but I'm saying like he's starting to say, "Hey, bro, I'm him," and we keep on saying it's Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy. No, it's Ford, bro. It's not nobody else but Ford. We can't see that. We missed our opportunity to win the Super Bowl with number 9. We didn't bring number 9 back in the end of the season to get our shot at the Super Bowl.
Let's stay on task. Let's stay on task, Marco. We ain't talking about 2016. We're talking about last night.
What I'm saying is you're right, Scott. But what I'm saying is it all leads into Ford Chickens, and I like number 4, man. He got a good story, bro. But bro, this is the NFL. We want to win. He got to go.
Go back to the Dez thing real quick, and I was gonna let y'all in, but I'm curious.
Okay. What I was meaning, Sky, is I don't mean to cut you off, brother, but what I was meaning is you could tell these dudes believe they him, and Cooper even said, "Hey, I ain't getting the ball. What's going on?" And we keep on saying it's Kellen Moore. Dak just can't get the ball to you. It's not like that, bro. We can scheme up all the plays. Bro, we got to be able to have a quarterback. And the pocket early was clean a little bit to me. I thought the pocket was clean. I was watching the game.
They went down the field, 11 plays, and scored a touchdown. I thought things were about to change, and then we come out in the second half and pick. It's disgusting.
Hey, Scott, I thought number 4 rolled into a sack. All he had to do was stay in the pocket. He rolled in, and then Dak Prescott got the slowest feet. After he got hurt, bro, he might be the super slowest guy ever seen in my life, bro. He's slower than Rush. But, Scott, man, I appreciate you, my brother. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm going to listen to the rest of the show, man. I thank you. Thank you, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I think this is my Oos. What's good, man?
Hey, what's up, Big Oos? How you doing, brother, man?
This is him. What's up, brother?
Yeah, no, man. This is a bitter taste, man. I was just like, my whole family is Niner fans, man. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to go and watch them amongst 40 of them. I'm the type of Cowboys fan. I tell them, I stand in the sea of Niner. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan until I die. I don't care if there's 40 of y'all or 10 of y'all or 2 of y'all. I'll stand strong, and I'll take the loss like a man. But watching that game, I got to give respect where respect's due. That's literally the physical embodiment of the statement. Anything you could do, I could do better.
Sure, we couldn't do nothing.
That's what I saw in the Niners. Every single thing that the Niners walked, they talk, and they walked the talk, man. And it just broke my heart because I'm not gonna apologize because people saying they apologized and I am apologizing because I wasn't wrong about the Niners. I gave the Niners their flowers. I was wrong about us. That's what I was wrong about.
Yeah, apologizing for what, sir?
Yeah, I never
really asking,
underestimated the Niners. I ain't apologizing. If anything, I'm apologizing to myself. Because I done drank the Kool-Aid too much.
No, man, the 49ers is going into this game. We knew
the mentality among some of the players, and when I'm going to say this, I'm not going to compare them to this, but I'm not going to compare anybody to anybody and stuff like that. It's just these guys better not talk, man. I'm done with the talking stuff. They're getting mad, they're getting pissy, they're getting sassy, saying y'all said this, all type of stuff, and then y'all go put out this pile of shit. Sorry my language. I'm sorry, man. But
that's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hear anybody saying that, oh, shoot, you wanted the media, you guys wanted this, or like, oh, you guys were always against all type of stuff. Like, you know what? If you get mad at the way they talk and stuff like that, you got to change the way you walk.
Hey, I like that.
Shoot, but yeah, no, I just wanted to check on your mentals because my mentals are definitely devastated right now, man.
Hey, don't let your mentals be devastated, man. It was an embarrassing loss. You just got to take it.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. But that's the type of Cowboys fan I am. I'm like, I'll stand when we lose. I'll stand when we win and stuff. So the one thing is, like, I'll tell Cowboys fans, this isn't the whole story. I'm not going to say we're going to win the Super Bowl or anything. I'm not even going to bring up those conversations. I'm just saying, you know what? We got a long season. It happened now. Let's see how we react. It's not about what happens when you get knocked down, man. It's what happens after, you mean?
Yeah, you're right. Like, we definitely got to bounce back, but you got knocked down by the same dude 3 times. Like, I don't think you want to see that motherfucker again. That's all I'm saying. But I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you have a good day, man. God bless, man. Great show.
Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Look, I hear you, right? It ain't about how you get knocked down. It's about I get all that. But the same dude that knocked you down 3 times. At some point, you got to stand up and get a dub. It ain't happening. Lamont, what's up, man?
What's going on, Scott? What's going on, bro?
We chilling, man. We getting through this day. It's basically a therapy Monday. What's on your mind?
So I gotta say this, bro. I hear what everybody is saying about Bosa. I hear what everybody about TJ Watt. I hear what everybody saying about Michael Parsons. But man, that man Fred Warner.
No, bro. Fred Warner is a cannon. Yeah.
I don't understand why they have not talked about him as a defensive player of the year candidate the last 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, Fred.
He's been on it the last 3 to 4 years, and nobody's giving him his respect. I'll give him his respect.
We did on Friday, bro. I called that man a cyborg, and he was like made in the shop for this position. But it's Fred Warner and everybody else, and he proved that shit on Sunday, man. Dude is unbelievable.
Bro, I literally cannot tell you how many times I was like, golly, this dude is like everywhere. And it's not the fact that his play record is off the chain. It's the fact that he could run with somebody like a Brandon Cooks, even though he did start to separate at the top of the route.
Yeah.
He still catch up. He caught up to him.
How about the I think there was a second pick where he beelines his left, offense is right. I mean, to take away CD Lamb. And then so, Dak comes to the slant right behind him, and Lenore makes a good play on the ball, tips it, and he finds a way to be around the ball for the interception. Like, that is the type of effort and energy and just awareness that you love to have at that position. He's the perfect middle linebacker, bro. And then Greenlaw is the perfect running mate. Him and Greenlaw they're the best in the business. They're the new Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman. It's again, as a football fan, it's a sight to see, but when you're playing them, it's scary.
Yeah, and I remember I called I think it was last year. I was like, man, Scott, I was calling to vent to you about our linebackers. I was like, man, I wish we had linebackers like the 49ers, then we wouldn't have to struggle so much.
Oh, I wish, but it's about to get scary now. I reached out. I wonder what they do with Micah, because LVE. Again, I'm not trying to speculate, but I don't think it doesn't feel like it looks good. Now again. He might start getting filling back in where, his arms and whatnot, but he could be out for a little bit. That's all I'm going to say.
So I just want to say one last thing. After this season, if Mike McCarthy doesn't get past the 49ers, I think it's time for him to go. I think it's time for that to go. We're wasting too much of our young talent on just what could be instead of what we know. So that's all I'm going to leave you with, guys.
It's fair. That's fair, man.
All right, bro.
And that's been kind of the thing, right? Like, this is the year to do XYZ. You can't do XYZ in week 5, but I feel like this is the measuring stick. It's that simple. I feel like you're going to run into these dudes. I feel like you can beat San Diego. Or LA. I feel like you can beat Philly. I feel like you can beat these teams. But this one, I don't. I don't, and I don't often say that. I feel like you can go and you can compete with every squad, but not one, not two. Do I still got that job? I don't think I got a job. Not one, not two, but 3 times. You can't get past the squad and have no confidence that if you have to see them in the playoffs that they will. Couple more here. Twan, what's good, Twan? Check. All right, you good, Twan? No, Twan. Let's get Daryl from Fort Worth, not Dallas.
Hey.
What's up, Daryl?
Hey, man, I'm dragging this morning, doggone it.
What's that?
Only good thing. I say I'm dragging this morning, man.
I could imagine, man. Look. I don't have to go into an office or anything like that, but I was thinking about, this one of them days where you hate to go into work. And you got, your rival fans, friends, coworkers just talking all types of shit. Oh man, this is a rough one.
Yeah. you don't mind losing. You don't want to lose,
No,
but you don't mind losing.
like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
You're not like that, man. Bro, that might be the worst loss. Look, I said this yesterday. 44-6. That's the worst loss since 44-6, and that was to get into the playoffs. Fortunately, this one is early in the season. But this is the most points that a Dan Quinn defense has allowed in his tenure. Dallas offense, we've seen them struggle from time to time, but to get 44, and it could have been worse, right? They could have put up 50 if they wanted. They could have put 60, it felt like, if they wanted. 42 to 10. 6 out of your first 7 possessions was 3 and out. Bro, what?
So remember, I told you I'm 63, so I've been around when the Cowboys came in the league. Okay, yeah. So here's the thing: I was telling you before that I can see it happening early in the game.
Yeah,
and what I mean,
saying that. Yeah.
And what happens is it looks like, God, do they know are we tell them what play we about to run before we run it? Because they sure act like they know where everything we're doing and when we're going to do it. And
I mean, I'll get the film a little bit later because those were some quick ass 3 and outs. But it just felt like we played timid. Like we came out and called it timid early on, and that showed, right. And when you got down 14-0, that's when you started to see them get into a little bit of tempo and whatnot and get into a rhythm. But you can't wait. I think my bro texted me yesterday. Was like one of his main things was, hey, we got to start off fast. And you hadn't done that against this team, and they started off fast against you in 2021. Last year they didn't, but when you looked at this offense and how it was rolling, if you let them get into a rhythm, it's all she wrote if you can't match it.
Yeah, well, I don't quite know what rhythm means when you're talking about this, but if you getting smashed at 0 yards, 1 yard, 2 yards every time you hand the ball off, and you're not getting tackles for loss, I guess that's not getting in the rhythm. But that's what I'm saying. It looks like when they doing that to you, to me, like, dang, they know what we playing. How you y'all swarming over here? We do this, but y'all swarming over there. Ain't nothing open nowhere. Good grief. So that's why I think about that, like the coaching aspect. And then there's nothing that we could do. And then McCarthy will say just like, well, I got to look at the film to see what happened. That's one of the problems. You got to know what's going on in the midst of the battle. Sure. So you can make an adjustment.
Let me help McCarthy out. Here's what happened. You got your ass kicked. Like that's he wanted in the press conference was like, oh, I'm not gonna. I don't even think I put it up here. I'm not gonna throw away this tape. We're gonna go look at it. You can go look at it all you want. You can go look at it all now. Unless you run into these dudes again, it ain't gonna do you no good until you run into them later. Because, I mean, look, this defense is like that. This is an elite defense. We knew that coming in. That's why this wasn't a game I thought was going to be some high-scoring affair. But you needed to be able to sustain drives, and they did neither. They did none of that to help with the other side of the ball, and it just was a massacre, man.
So is San Francisco's personnel that much better than the Cowboys? Let's say on the offensive defensive line. Let's just start right there. Are they that much better? You see what I mean?
I mean, they definitely better. I don't know how much better, but clearly these dudes are better, right?
I mean, beat down better. I mean, I don't think they're a beat down better that we got. One thing I also want to mention this. I'm gonna let you go. Sure. They talk about the Texas coast because we're gonna keep some of the Kellen Moore stuff or the downfield stuff and mix it with the West Coast. I ain't seen none of the Tex part of the Texas coast.
Sure.
All I'm seeing is the West Coast, and how you gonna run West Coast against San Francisco? They created it, and Laufenberg said something that was really telling to me. He said, "Look, they haven't." He's looking at them. He said they haven't added their 5-step drop back yet.
Yeah, you heard that on the broadcast. That was a weird thing to say.
Well, he's watching them, and obviously Dak hadn't done a 5-step drop.
I mean, he has, but I think he meant like frequently.
I think he was saying it like, well, the playbook ain't open to that yet. They ain't got all that in yet. That's what it sounded like to me, and we just. I don't know. We ain't ready.
Not against
no
them.
shape, form, or
Not against them.
Right.
And next week they're gonna go out there. The Chargers defense not that great. They're gonna put up this and that, but at the end of the day, this is the measuring stick game to me, Daryl, and they failed massively.
Yep, massive. All right, take care, man.
You as well, bro.
Peace.
Peace.
All right.
Let's talk to Colby from Tennessee. What's on your mind, Colby? It's therapy day. Hello?
Oh, my bad. I had
Bueller.
it muted. Hey, this is a depressing Monday, ain't it?
Hey,
Just
man.
when I was calling and talking about some effort, man, I don't even know where to begin, honestly. I mean, I do. It's definitely an offensive side where we struggle the most. I mean, early on in that game, that defense, oh, absolutely.
It was so bad on both
that
sides of the
defense
ball.
gave us plenty of times, man. They gave us plenty of chances. I mean, there was definitely a bunch of costly penalties on that side.
Yes.
You know, lining up offside.
Yes.
You know, hitting just crazy, stupid things. I get it. You know, tension starts flaring. You're getting your butt whooped, and you get mad. I understand it. I was getting mad at my phone.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't beat yourself.
You can't.
You cannot shoot yourself in the
100%.
foot, especially when the game was in hand. Like it was kind of a, like you said early on. You know, where they go touchdown, punt, fumble, punt, or whatever it was. You go down and score. It's 14-7. Okay, we're back in this ball game. We need everybody to hunker down. What happens? They allow them to drive down the field, convert a third down via penalty, and score a touchdown to go up 21-7. And that was pretty much the rest of the damn game, how it went. As soon as the Niners got the ball back, they just drove down the field. It was just an absolute disaster.
J. Lou ripped that ball straight out of McCaffrey's hands, man, and I was like, "Oh damn, we got some life." And then I
wasn't that excited.
Never mind.
I'm about to say I didn't expect us to really move. I just wanted us to flip the field position, and we couldn't even do that. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like I really hope and pray that Turpin's not hurt real bad. I haven't seen an update. I don't know if you guys have gotten one or not, but
nope.
I really want to see that kid use more, man. I hate to say it. I love CD, but I just ain't seen nothing out of him here lately to where I should be impressed against actual competition. And, you know, Cooks and Turpin are both super, super fast. And, I mean, Cooks proved that last night when he outran that secondary like it wasn't nothing. And I just feel like we need to utilize them more in some streak-type things and just see if anything develops.
Man, forget a streak. I'm tired of these basic-ass streaks. Every team seems to run over routes and dagger concepts, and I ain't seen us really run it yet with now, okay, we kind of ran it against the Patriots, but they played it well. But I ain't seen us do it, more than one or two times. Like I feel like we need to get these guys more involved, deep overs and whatnot. I feel like we're leaning way too far into the West Coast and not like what's the name said, the Texas Coast part of it. And that's why I got pissed off when Turpin went down. I'm like, you can still use Cooks in that manner, right? They had a motion at the snap, and they allowed Turpin to get involved with the slot corner, and he runs down the field, kind of on a bit of a fade route, kind of, and Dak hits him for a touchdown. Why not do more of that with Brandon Cooks as opposed to being stationary? We were way too stationary in that game, and that just plays right into their hands. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, you're not going to move me pre-snap? You're not going to, get any leverage, see what I'm playing in? Fine. And that played right into their hands.
I'll say one last thing, and it ain't even got nothing to do with the Cowboys, man. I got to give San Francisco their flowers in that middle linebacker room. I mean, that duo, brother, they are nasty. I mean, that is stupid talent.
Best
but
in business.
It is what it is, man. We sadly we got to deal with it today, but Cowboys Nation, try to pick your head up, man. It is what it is. Y'all be good.
Appreciate you, Kobe. Let's hear from, I believe, Nacho, I feel bad for you. Nacho, you were at the game, right?
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'm speechless, man.
You wasn't the dude that was on the phone, was it? They showed on TV.
No, believe me, I wouldn't be that stupid. But no.
They scored another touchdown. My man was just on the phone like, "Hey man, yeah, calling my Uber. Y'all outside?" It was rough. Go ahead, Nacho.
Let me tell you, man. I mean, talk about what everybody's been talking about. I'm talking about a humiliating, one of the worst losses we've ever had to the 49ers. I mean, it's just
worst.
I mean,
did we come
in now? Come in so emotionally charged up. Just went out, just flat, and just not be prepared.
Oh no, I think they were quote unquote prepared. I fully believe that. Everybody's saying, "Hey, we had a good week of practice and yada yada yada." I just think they aren't better than that team, and got their asses kicked and wilted under the lights. Coach talked about this a lot. You can have great preparation and come out and stink. You can have terrible preparation and come out and do great. Like it doesn't. All that don't matter if you don't go out there and put it on the field. And the Cowboys didn't do it.
And there's one thing that's pretty, and I feel what you've been saying earlier. Okay.
What's that?
The moment was there. And we failed. We failed the exam. We failed the exam, and we failed. And my thing now is there's no doubt in my mind that early in the season, got to be turning where change is coming. Come sooner than later, probably. Things do not change and improve, coaching-wise, play calling-wise, player execution-wise, offense, defense, the continued inconsistent performance that our Cowboys are putting out there. We're talking about.
I mean, has there been a team that's been this widely on the pendulum, right? Like the swing. Like I think McCarthy said I don't think he recalls a time in the first 5 games where it's been 40-0, 30-10, lost to a Cardinals team who's trying to tank, 38-3, blowout to the Niners. Like that is such a wide range that how do you get a handle on this situation? How do you even get a handle on your team? Like this is strange beginning, but they need to hit the reset button after this type of loss and get back on track because, Rams, Chargers, Rams, Eagles, those 3 games, it doesn't get easier, right? I mean, it gets easier in the sense of the Niners is the best, but it's not going to be easy. So you need to go on a run here. And then obviously get the Niners and Panthers and Commanders, but it ain't going to be easy sledding.
Lastly, if I can say, this will be a psychological turn of events moving forward. We'll do how we will rebound and where this team is going to go. This might be the last hurrah for McCarthy and Dak. As much as I'm a Dak,
I think so too.
Actor. I mean, this is just it's ridiculous. But anyways, have a blessed day and thank you. And yes, it was an embarrassment to see the fan base be there supporting and being there for the team.
Yeah, it felt like it was
your football team just.
It felt like Cowboy fans was out there early.
It was anywhere between about, I'm going to guesstimate, and this is just obviously guesstimating, anywhere between 30 to 35% Cowboy fans there. It was good. It was a good vibe. We were ready. We were amped. It was under the lights. Will, and guess what we did under the lights? We played like crumbled.
We crumbled.
We crumbled, man. We crumbled. Have a good rest of your Monday. And for Cowboy fan base, hey, take it in the chin. Take it how you take it. Give credit what credit is due.
Yeah.
The 49ers are a better football team, better well-coached football team, better structured football team that you're starting to ask yourself if the McCarthy hire was the right hire for the team, period.
Oof. That's a stark change in conversation from you from what, 2 months ago. Yeah.
Absolute. All right. Have a good day, my man. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, Nacho.
You
too, man. D-Sean. Let me get you out of here.
Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, my Lord. All right. Oh, my gosh. Bro.
Breathe,
Scott,
Deshaun. Breathe.
Bro, I knew it because they were like, all right, so Jay Tuckman was talking about this. We were so emotionally
invested into the game like it was our Super Bowl. Like that was so undisciplined. Like when McCaffrey got hit, like it was helmet contact. I seen Kerr stand over him and try to flex, and I'm like, what are you doing? And so they called the 15-yard penalty, and then they called unsportsmanlike conduct. And them jumping outside, it felt like the Arizona game, but worse.
I was staring at the TV as the third down, like 3rd and 4 or something like that, and I'm looking at Curse like, back up, bro. Like, back up. Incomplete pass, and everybody celebrating. I'm like, man, they're going to throw the flag. And they threw the flag immediately. And they continue that drive, and they go down and score a touchdown. It's just like, man, you can't play undisciplined ball like this against this team, man. Because you just can't do it. Not against this squad. You might be able to get away with it somebody else, but not this one.
God, what hurt me the worst, they gave up. That, I'm sorry, the number one thing that hurt me the worst is the Cowboys thing, they gave up. And I felt it in Dak Prescott. And I know, I guess it's overreaction Monday, but I'm not through with Dak, but it's to the point where I feel like Dak did everything he could do on his team. And this is what I mean by that. I was telling everybody this. First off, Dak is 30 years old. So I remember people kept saying to use his legs. The linebackers, Greenlaw and Fred Warner, was on his ass. By the time he tried to escape, I'm seeing Dak trying to get around. They got him right before he can even make a move. And I'm like, that's a difficult task to do, to say, hey, step up to the pocket, try to run, and nobody's open, and try to make a extending play. And you're 30 years old now.
Forget 30. His legs is 38.
Yeah. So, and then I think the number one thing that pissed me off, it was Dan Quinn. He kept just running zone, and like he kept just seeing. It was
such a soft game plan, bro.
Yes, like God, the one time we actually blitzed Purdy, we put him on the ground, and I'm like, dude,
I was shocked he didn't mix it up a little bit more. I'll say this: I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it. They ran like 3 plays over and over and over again, and I'm not just saying that.
It's God. It's like you cannot play finesse football against a power team. You can't. And the reason why I say that, when you get punched in the mouth like that, you have to be able to respond on defense. Also, I'm sorry, but I kind of knew we was gonna lose when we let them get the ball first. That's the sole weakness. You're scared. Because what we needed to do, we needed to punch them in the mouth first and say, hey, now come back and respond to us. Because for one, it would have gave us a defense some type of confidence. Okay, our offense is in this. Instead of them getting the ball first, driving down the field and saying, all right, now go match us.
I suppose. I mean, I'm always for deferring. I don't mind at all about deferring, especially in this situation where you can get a double dip. I don't think that's why you lost, or that there wasn't any indication. Go out there and make a damn stop. How about not get a face mask penalty and then extend the drive on 3rd down? You get that stop, guess what? Now your offense is fired up. Now your defense is fired up. So I don't have a problem with that. In fact, it almost paid off if you go down there and get points at the end of the half and you came out and got points at the start. But you just weren't. You're just not on that level with them dudes right now. I don't think it mattered if you took the damn ball or you didn't. I don't think it mattered.
And then my final thing is, I'm mad at Mike McCarthy, the play caller, but I'm also mad at him as the coach. When you're up by multiple positions, take them out the game. Dak should have been out the game. Most of your players would have been out the game, because now they got injured. Now it's like, well, damn, we got a next game next week. He waited so long to take everybody out the game to say, all right, we're done.
Yeah, that was a weird situation, because maybe another team, you think about a historic comeback, but you just kind of knew deep down by the end of the 3rd quarter, I think it was 35-10, this thing over, right? Like, this thing probably over. But he waited till felt like 12 minutes into the game, the 4th quarter, to finally start pulling people. So yeah.
All right, Scott. This one been one long ass one. All right.
That's why we venting, man. That's why we venting. All right, man. Let's end this thing with Mel. I know Mel got a lot to get off his chest. What's up, brother?
Oh my God.
And you out there on the West Coast. You got to deal with this, don't you?
Oh my God, man. When I say literally, I really went into this thing very confident, and coming out of it, bro. Keep in mind, this is Overreaction Monday.
but rightfully so.
So I'm about to really overreact on this month.
No. It's fair. I think this is a fair overreaction. When I say overreaction Monday, that's only a figure of speech because anybody that's overreacting, I think it's fair coming out of what happened yesterday, ain't it?
Yes. It's very fair, man. When I really look, I listened to you and Jesse at the halftime, and Jesse said we need a Superman. You know, we need our quarterback to be a Superman, and you responded, that's not gonna happen.
No.
And I hate to say this because I love Dak, bro. Like I really.
But you thought he was gonna be Superman against that defense?
No,
okay.
no. I don't because that's not him.
It's not him. No.
Like I'm really looking at Dak and I'm like, again, it's overreaction Monday. I don't see what he does.
What did you learn about him from that game that we didn't already know?
The one thing that I thought Dak would be able to do, or that I thought he would be able to do, is pick apart a defense.
That defense?
Any defense. I mean,
that defense though. You thought he was going to be able to pick apart that defense,
or be able to make some plays.
Sure, I mean that's lowering the bar. Yeah, I thought he maybe had to make some plays more than just a few. He made maybe 2 plays in that game. He needed to make more. Yeah.
Yeah, it just really feel like unless the defense is turning the ball over or getting turnovers, and the running game is really humming, I don't know what else he's really able to bring at this.
So, quote unquote, he needs help against these type of teams to win, right?
He needs a lot of help.
And what did we learn anything new? No.
Well,
that ain't you ain't saying nothing groundbreaking, bruh. That ain't nothing groundbreaking. he obviously cannot win any game against that type of opponent by himself. And that's why I was disagreeing with Jesse saying he got to be Superman. I'm like, he got to be Superman? We're not winning this game. He can't be Superman against this team. You know why? Because no quarterback going against that team can be Superman. You need everybody else, especially him, because that's not his game. Maybe Pat Mahomes. Maybe. And I'm bringing a maybe because we saw what happened when he had to play Superman in the Super Bowl against a good defense. It ain't work out. So if that was your solution, Dak Prescott go inside the booth and turn into Superman, that's an L. It's not happening. And you know me, I like Dak. But I'm not delusional. He need other people to help, bro. Like, that's just facts, man. He's not that guy. He's not that type of guy.
Yeah, I think maybe just, it felt like he's lost his athleticism. And that was the one thing that really did make him special early on. He doesn't really seem to have that anymore. And with that being gone, I don't know how he's able to really make plays. But Dak aside, I want to put the Dak thing aside.
I mean, we've seen him tear up a good defense. Now, I didn't expect him to do this, but we saw what he did against the Jets, right? Like 31 for 37 or whatever it was, 260, 2 tutties. Like that's part. He's able to do that. But like I said at the top of this, not against that team. For whatever reason, that team right there, you can't do it. And I feel like that's a team you're going to have to go through, not the Jets, not the Chargers, not the Bills or the Dolphins, that team. And I have no confidence that he'll be able to overcome anything to beat them. I don't, not right now. And that just is what it is. And I like him.
I definitely felt like the coaching staff went into this game terrified, bro. And really, really Mike. At the end of the first half, you had the ball with 50 seconds and you had, I think, 3 or 2 timeouts. And you basically just conceded that it would be better to run into the locker room than to do something aggressive and try to get some points on the board. It didn't have to be 7, but get something on the board to make yourself competitive.
They tried. I don't think you quite remember. They actually tried, and then he got sacked. And that's when they said it was like 20 seconds left, and it was just like, that's a wrap. We're not. Yeah,
let it run off the clock.
We're done now. Yeah, they tried, but didn't work, obviously.
I'll be at the Chargers game. I'm already committed to going right now. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It feels like it's a very big dark hole. It's not looking good. it's just not looking good, bro. I think we all had a lot built into this year, and it's still a long season.
I'm about to say, yeah,
season's not over.
Yeah, I feel like they're still going to win a lot
but
of games. They're going to go to the playoffs, but it's if you got to run into this monster, I have no confidence, bro.
Or any monster, my G.
Nah,
like,
this
I
one.
don't know any
This
monster.
is the one to me.
I don't feel comfortable with them playing any monster. They still got Buffalo on the schedule. They got
You don't
Miami
play
on the
Buffalo.
schedule.
You don't play Buffalo in the playoffs. Like, you don't play them dudes. Like, you can lose in them dudes, still make the playoffs. You're not playing any AFC team. You're playing NFC squads. You've beaten Philly before. You might go split with them or whatever. You know you can beat Philly. You've beaten Washington. You know you might split with them. You've beaten all these teams. You can't beat the 49ers, bro. Like, and you're gonna have to get to where you gotta get to.
Now.
That's the team you gotta play.
You feel confident with them against Philly right now?
Yeah, look, they're gonna beat Philly. They're probably gonna split against Philly. That's just what they do. I'm not. That's the team. This was the measuring stick, bro. This team right here, the 49ers, and you got blown the hell out. Like, I don't know how I can come out of this game confident that you're going to run into these dudes again and win. I don't.
Nah, it ain't there. Man, thanks for letting me get that off, my G. Man, I'll definitely tap in with you, man. Yeah, this sucks. This fucking sucks.
So what happens on Therapy Mondays, man. Therapy Mondays. That's our therapy session for the day, man. Cowboys get embarrassed in California, 42-10. I can't believe the words are even coming out of my mouth. 42-10. This is 44-6 all over again. Difference, the difference. Week 5. Better take this humble pie, whatever they wanted to call it, the playoffs. Throw some seasoning in it, throw some brown sugar, whatever, and take it and learn from it. Because if you want to get to where you need to get to, that's the team you're going to have to see. No doubts about it. That's a team you're going to have to see. That's the best defense you're going to see on this schedule moving forward. It ain't even close. It ain't even close. And right now, I don't think anybody in Cowboys Nation has. If I had to do a poll, does anybody truly believe the Cowboys beat the 49ers in the playoffs? Maybe 1%, just because, right? But 99% of us will say no. And they've given us no reason to. No reason to at all. All right, keep your ears and eyes open for Doc Talk. We got Dr. Boothby coming in here at the top. Not here, but I'll be talking to him at the top of the hour and seeing if we can get some more information on this. I'm still updating here. LVE thing. I haven't seen much more drop, but we'll see if we can get something from Doc on LVE and possibly on others. But we really don't have much right now, but we'll talk to him. And then that'll be dropping later on today. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Apparently, we're getting the film late today. So I'm not sure if we'll be able to do the in-depth stuff that I like to do for film. But whenever I get it, we'll take a look at it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We'll look at the sky optics on both sides of the ball. This is one of those games where you watch the film and you just want to throw up. I'm pretty sure. 42-10, ain't nothing on there. Maybe 2 plays. Again, the play where CeeDee Lamb kind of broke, that was a nice play. Dak threw it to him, and I think he got like 29 yards. And then obviously the touchdown of Turpin. Everything else, there literally was nothing else. There was nothing else that you could do. I might end up watching what the Niners did more than anything. I mean, just a fantastic, fun scheme that I wish we would steal some of their stuff. But that's every quasi West Coast modern offense that we run into. Dolphins is going to be the same way. Not saying the Lions are West Coast, but the Lions have some cool things that they do pre-snap motion. In fact, they motion pre-snap more than any team. I think it's like 85%. We got to get into that bag for sure. For sure. With that said, I'm going to let her yell at me today because we deserve it, man. I'm going to let you yell at me.
Push the goddamn button. Push the goddamn button.
Nothing to be excited about after that one, man. But shouts out to Kevontae Turpin, our Cowboy of the Week, presented by Cowboys Custom. Dallas takes the L. BT Furnishings scores today, 42-10. Make sure y'all check out BT Furnishings on the way out. And if you're there, let them know that Skywalker sent you. We out of here.